this is Lefty Dad, and today I'm doing kind of a special one-off What If game on PC Replay Baseball. And this is the 1934 New York Yankees at County Stadium in Milwaukee against the 1980 Milwaukee Brewers. So we're going to find out what happens when a great 1934 Yankees team plays a great 1980 Brewers team. So the quick start.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
I gotta turn off the volume.
girls, we invite
which I
you
always
to
forget to
rise.
do. I'll be controlling the
Please
Yankees. So let me quick. turn
Replay
off
Radio
the
is
volume.
live from Milwaukee. Top of the first.
So that's the kind of stuff you hear. The sound is really great in this, but it is just too loud. And I'm going to turn all the sound off. And you can see it's highly adjustable. There are a million different kinds of sounds you can have, and they're all great. In fact, I have a mod that makes the sound even better than what comes with the game. So Moose Haas, you can see the final stats, or the year-long season stats for 1980. I guess they're calling this July 7th. Today is July 8th, July 7th, 2024. So we are really in the Twilight Zone time machine right now. And Earl Combs, I hope that's how you pronounce his name, Coombs. He was the guy who roomed with, I think he's the guy that roomed with Babe Ruth's luggage. He was also the guy they would bring in to replace Ruth defensively. Ruth is, he's 39 years old this season, although he hit 22 home runs. It was, I don't know, this may have been his last season. Lou Gehrig was ascendant. But anyway, here's Moose. And Earl will hit a tough ball to Robin Yount, who he could get this one, he could get into first just a hair before the throw arrived, so he's safe. Here's Saltzgaver. Now, this is the first time I pronounced some of these names out loud. I mean, I played 20,000 games that have often included these teams, but Saltzgaver, he is the third baseman, and I could try, I'll bunt him over and see if they walk Ruth. We'll see if we can bunt him over. He's rated at 2, which is almost the best you can be. Well, there's a sacrifice. We'll see if Cecil Cooper is going to make an error. He's very unlikely to, but he does. Wow. He had to roll a 61, because these are 6-sided dice, so it goes from 56 to 61. There's no 57. So he had to roll a 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 out of all the number possibilities, and he got the error. So things are looking tense. Now Ruth is not the worst bunter, but he doesn't hit into a lot of double plays. I can just tell by looking at the card here. He was in 125 games that year, but he hits a lot of, he elevates the ball to the outfield, so most likely, well, this could be a double play. Spoke too soon, didn't I? He hits into a double play. And here's Gehrig. Gehrig this year, one of his best years. 49 home runs, 363 average, and believe it or not, he played in all 154 games in 1934. So 2 down. The momentum has shifted 180. It looked like the Yankees were going to get a big inning. Now it might be a goose egg. Here's Gehrig, though, and he's going to pop out to the second baseman. So Moose Haas escapes, and they're going to be facing Lefty Gomez. He was 25 in 1934, and he won 26 games, only lost 5. Pretty phenomenal year, and you can see replay sometimes when there is a big differential between pitcher who faced right-handed batters and faced left-handed batters, they give the special breakdown on the card. And so the top half is when he faces left-hand hitters, and the smaller the number basically is the rule in this game, the better it is for the pitcher. And you can see up here he has a 1, 2, 4, and down here it's 1, 3, 4. Up here it's 1, 1, 2. This is the walk column, and then 6 is the 6 column is the power home run column, and he's 1, 1, 2, and down here he's 1, 2, 3. And basically he strikes out more left-handed hitters than he does right-handed hitters. So it looks like he's going to be facing mainly right-handed hitters. Paul Molitor, 23 years old this year, and he'd been in the league 2 years. This is his 3rd year in the league. Hit .304, and he is going to strike out Lefty Gomez. Strikes him out. Lefty. He only started 33 games, which he did pitch 281 innings. So I guess he completed every game he started, because with 33 starts, that's a lot of innings pitched, I think, because nowadays, or in the modern era, the 32 starts would be kind of like a 5-man rotation. Okay, here's Robin Yount, who he's been in the league longer. He started in 6 years previous to 1980, so he's an old veteran. He's going to strike out. And there are 2 down now, and here is Cecil Cooper, who hit .352, 25 home runs. That's kind of up there in the Lou Gehrig league, isn't it? Left-handed hitter like Gehrig. He's going to get an infield single. Just barely, it's almost like a swinging bunt, but he gets on. And now he could possibly move down to second on a wild pitch, although Lefty Gomez, you can see up here, he's rated 4, which means on a 6-sided die roll that it get a 5 or a 6. Now it could possibly be a pickoff or a balk or a pass ball. We'll see here. It's going to be a wild pitch possibility. It's 2-to-1 odds that he will not throw a wild pitch, and he doesn't. Okay, now we're with Gorman Thomas. Big year for Gorman. Only hit .239, but 38 home runs, .471 slugging percentage, and he was in every game of 1980. Here he goes. It's going to be a ground out to the second baseman, Tony Lazzari. Now, I hope it's Lazzari. Okay, Ben Chapman. Yeah, it's Chapman. I'll bet the house on that. Okay, Ben is going up against Moose, and Ben gets a base hit, and he had 26 stolen bases, and he's going to try to steal. He's going to just start running. He doesn't care about a jump. There he goes. He's got to get above 41 or higher. He gets a 61. Okay, he's got a stolen base. They may throw it away. Charlie Moore, they've got to throw a 52 or higher for there to be an error, and he does not throw it away. Okay, so he stole the base, no error. Lazzari is still up, and Lazzari flies out the center. So there are 2 down. I guess that's 1 down now. Bill Dickey, .322, powerful team, this New York Yankees team. And Bill Dickey, 26 years old. They walk him. Okay, so now here's Frankie Cressetti, the playing shortstop. Good defensively, and has a good on-base percentage, kind of, and good hitter for an infielder. But he's going to pop a short fly to left. That went out to left field. Ogilvy took it. Looking at the defense for Milwaukee, Ogilvy is as good as you can get. Sixto Lezcano is very good too. So it's above average outfield, and the infield is above average. Nobody's rated a 1, which is the best. 5 is the worst, but they're all above average. And they don't make errors except for Gantner. And a lot of third basemen do make more errors than the other positions because the ball gets to them so fast. So we've got 2 down. Gomez is up, hit 131, and he's going to fly out. Oh, that's going to be Molitor who runs out and takes that, so it's a pop out to the second baseman. Ogilvy is up, and he hit 304 with 41 home runs. What a powerful team this Milwaukee Bucks team was in 1980. Ogilvy is going to get, it's a lefty-lefty matchup, so he suffers from that. And instead of getting a single, which he would have gotten if he was facing a right-handed pitcher, lines out to Lazzeri. Sixto Lizcano. Now, look at the great stuff you get with this. You just left-click on the card here on the screen. You get all this information. He's from Puerto Rico. You get his debut. You find out how tall he is. All this great stuff. And it's all so clean. It's all so easy to read. There's no messing around. You don't have to reposition the things. And you can do this with any player. Let's click on Gantner. Okay, Gantner, he's 6 feet tall. He debuted. He was a September call-up in '76. And he's from Fond du Lac. I think that's how you say it. I don't know if it's Lac, Wisconsin. Part of that French and Indian War situation with the French territories. I guess I'm showing off my historical expertise, which is not so great. And it's ground out to Gehrig. Okay, bottom of the second, Gantner from Wisconsin is up. Lefty-lefty matchup. He could walk. Yeah, he walks. And he's going to have an opportunity for there to be a wild pitch or something like that. And he's going to steal. He's going to try to steal, most likely. All those yellow markers mean he's just going to run. It's not going to matter if he has a good jump or not. And he's caught stealing. So he pays the price of his impetuous base running. Earl Combs is up now at the top of the third. Yankees have batted around. Combs got a single the last time up. Scoreless game. 2 hits for New York, 1 hit for Milwaukee. Milwaukee has committed 1 error. Okay, let's see you can see who's on the bench here for the Yankees. So they've got Selkirk. I think Selkirk was maybe the guy who roomed with Ruth's luggage, and Combs was the guy that came out. They called him Ruth's legs, but this is all true. It's either Selkirk or Earl Combs. Red Rolfe, who is a pitcher. I thought he was a pitcher. Maybe, anyway, I guess I'll have to go back and look that up. So these are all the reserve players. Let's see if Rolfe is in the picture. Yeah, you see he's a pitcher too. But this is how they hit. So when they're in the field, I can look at Rolfe a little more closely. So Combs strikes out, and Saltzgaver is going to ground out to Molitor. And here's Ruth, Babe Ruth, 39 years old, and he's going to get a base hit on that lefty-righty matchup. So he's on average speed, even at 39. Gehrig is up. I think this year Gehrig had 166 RBIs, 49 home runs, 3 triples, 40 doubles, and he had a slugging percentage of .706. So here's Lou. Lou's going to get a base hit, I think. Most likely. It's a ballpark effect for Milwaukee County Stadium, and it is a base hit. Ruth, 2 outs. He'll probably go to third. No, they're going to hold him up. Well, no, we're going to see this automated third base coach, and it's all based on the runner's speed, the arm, and the out number. Now, this could also be Gehrig is going to move up to second. They tried to throw Ruth out, but they couldn't. And now, and you can do all this. You just keep pressing the enter key. You don't have to. You can do it with the mouse. I can move the mouse over. It's like a blue die. You can roll the dice on your own if that is fun, and then enter everything. This is a great program if you want to do tabletop rolling cards and dice, and then use this as your stats engine, stats recorder. It works extremely well for that. But, okay, so he does not advance because this would have to be equal to 4 or less. But these are kind of unusual games for me to play. I basically replay seasons. Every game, every inning of a season, I'll control one team, and the AI, which is excellent, will control the other team. And it just kind of depends which one I control. I don't have anything set. And I don't do the thing where I just play one team through the season and the computer does the rest. I play every game because it really is kind of a sublime experience to go through all that. And you really do feel like you're in a time machine and you are living very vividly. In the past, I just finished a 1948 replay, and I know everything there is to know about 1948, and I knew nothing about 1948 baseball season when I started. Okay, we got runners on first and second. Ben Chapman, 308 hitter, 25 years old, and he's going to fly deep to left. He nearly put it out of the park, but they caught it right on the warning track. Okay, now Lefty is going to face Charlie Moore for the first time. The catcher, he hit 291. Going to strike out. Yeah, he's going to strike out. If it would have been, I think, a little higher, it would have not been a strikeout. But the other thing I really like about this game, which I don't think anybody talks about, is that it truly, it's not a 50-50 game where it's going to all be the hitter or it's going to all be the pitcher. And it's not a game where everything is under the hood and you have no idea really why an outcome occurred the way it did. But this game merges the hitter and the pitcher into one number. And really, I think that's what it's supposed to be all about, if any of this is supposed to be about something. Okay, 1 out, Moose Haas is up. He's going to pop out to Tony, the Italian guy. Where's Tony? I guess I can't really see where Tony's from. I'll have to wait till, well, I guess I could. Tony is from San Francisco. A lot of those DiMaggios and Lazzari and people like that came from the Bay Area of California. Okay, here's Molitor. 2 down. Paul struck out last time. Going to deep fly to left. He nearly put it out, but Chapman runs it down, and we go to the top of the 4th. No score. Tony is up. He was in 123 games, 1, 2, 3, and hit 14 homers for a second baseman. Pretty impressive. And Tony is going to get a base hit, cracks that ball right in the hole between the third baseman and the shortstop. He's on. He's above average speed. Bill Dickey is up. Bill Dickey, I think we're going to do a hit and run and see what happens here. It could be a base hit. Yeah, it's a single to right. And Lazzari, of course, goes all the way to third because he took off running right as before the pitch left Moose Haas's hand. Okay, now it looks like Milwaukee is in some trouble because we have runners on the corners. We have no outs. They're going to play halfway to get the double play, if possible. However, Cooper is playing in case there is a bunt. And I'm controlling the Yankees, so I can kind of do whatever I want here. But I think with no out, we're just going to... He doesn't hit into a lot of double plays. You'd have to see a lot of ones where there's a 35, but there are 2 35s, so maybe he will hit into a double play. We'll see. Oh, this could be an error on Cooper. They're going to test Cooper. And he's got to roll a 61 or higher to get an error. Oh, just barely under what it needed to be to get an error, so he lucked out. But the Yankees score first. They draw first blood. Speaking of first blood, when I was an undergraduate at the University of Iowa, I had a modern novel class taught by David Morrell, the author of First Blood, and he'd just written First Blood. And he was a really great teacher, very interesting, told great stories. And he said that he was 29 years old at the time. He said he had just sold First Blood to ABC television for $75,000. I think this was in like early 70s. He said, I'll never have to worry about money again. And that was a great moment in my memory. Okay, here is Gomez batting, 1 out, and I think we'll let him hit. And he's going to maybe walk. No, it's maybe going to be a wild pitch. Moose Haas is rated a 3, so it's 50-50. And it is a wild pitch. Okay, so now we've got runner on third with 1 out. We could do a squeeze play, although Dickey's not super fast. He's average speed. We'll just let Gomez hit with the 1-run lead. Oh, he's going to strike out. That was the worst, probably almost the worst. He could have lined out and double played. But here is Earl. Earl is 1 for 2 in the game, and he's going to ground out to the pitcher. 1-3. Moose tosses it over underhand to Cooper, and we're at the bottom of the 4th. So far, Gomez is pitching a 1-hitter, and he's walked 1. Here's Robin Yount. We're at the number 2 spot in the lineup. He strikes out, and that is going to be the 4th strikeout for Lefty Gomez, and I'm Lefty Dad. Here's Cooper, and this is a ground ball to the Yankee shortstop, who guns down Cooper. Here's Gorman Thomas. See if Gorman can tie it up with 1 swing here. Oh, he does just rocket it right over the shortstop in the left, so he's on first. You can see here that Gomez can face 20 more batters. Now in the modern era, and like in the 2023 season, this would be what most pitchers, they would love to have, to be able to face this many hitters in a game, batters. But for Gomez, 1934, he's already pitched a third of the game, and he's got this 20. You can see over here, Moose Haas, 1980, they still had complete games back then, but he only has 13 more hitters he can face, although he has given up 6 hits. Ogilvy is up. What will he do? It could be a double play. It's a 2 out already, so it's just a 4-3 ground out. Okay, we're at the top of the 5th. Second baseman, Jack Salzgeber. That must be German. And there's going to be a base hit to left field. Punches it opposite field. So he is on first. And Moose can face 12 more before we have to do a batter's faced check for him. Here's Ruth. Ruth is hitting a double play the first time he was up. We'll see if we can avoid that. It's going to be a base hit up the middle. Salzgeber goes to third. Things looking good for New York. I probably maybe should have had a more phenomenal team than the 1980 Milwaukee. This is a really good team, 1980, against a really good team. I don't think either of them are the franchise best. Maybe the Milwaukee team is. But anyway, we've got Gehrig up, no outs, and runners on first and third. We'll see what happens here. Righty-lefty matchup. There's a line out to center, and Salzgeber will try to score, and he does. And Ruth may even move up. They go to home, but he's in. And now Ruth is going to, he advances to second on the throw. So 1 down. Yankees go up 2-0. Ruth on second. And Ben Chapman is up. Ben is 1 for 2. There's a ball hit to the shortstop, and they keep Ruth at second. Lazzeri is up, and he is going to get a swinging bunt single. Moore rushes out. He tries to gun down Lazzeri, but will he throw it into right field? Nope, he doesn't. Cooper is able to catch it, but they can't get an out. So we have 2 down. Dickey is up. Dickey is 1 for 1. They walked him intentionally the first time he was up, and this is going to be a tough play for Molitor. He's going to have to hurry, and he gets him. He gets him, boy. If they could challenge, that would be a good one to challenge, because that was really a photo finish. Okay, we are at the bottom of the fifth. Six-toe. I always found that first name a little disturbing when I was younger and played these games. And often I'd be doing the 1980 season in six-toe. Okay, here's going to be a line out to the first baseman, Gehrig. And we have one out. Gantner is up now. He walked the last time, and he's going to walk again, possibly. Gomez has exceptional control, so it's going to be a 50-50 chance that he will walk, because Gomez doesn't walk people, and he doesn't. He is able to use his rating up there to eliminate the walk. So Gantner is still up, and this could be a strikeout. So gold star there for Lefty Gomez. Two down. Charlie Moore is up. Charlie strikes out. Gomez has been living up to the hype. And we go to the top of the sixth. He's only given the Brewers 2 hits. The Yankees have 9 hits and 2 runs scored. And here's Frankie Crossetti in the 8th spot. He's been 0 for 2. This could be a walk. Oh, it's a fly out to center. Okay, and you can see here Gomez could still face 16 more hitters, so no thoughts about pinch hitting. Haas can only face 6 more. He may not make it to the end of the game, but Gomez strikes out. No designated hitter in this game. And here is Earl. 1 for 3, and Earl going to strike out. Yeah, he's going to strike out. Okay, good inning by Haas. And he's up. I don't think the AI will hit for him, no. And it looks like he played in an era when in 1980 there was designated hitters, so he has no record of getting hits. And now here is Molitor. 0 for 2, he walks. That's only the second walk by Lefty. Now Molitor's going to try to steal if he gets a good jump, so he's not going to get thrown out, but he's not going to steal unless he's absolutely certain he's going to be able to make it. So he has to roll a 41 or higher. Ooh, and he rolled a 34, so 30. Had to be above a 3-6 on the red-white die roll. It was a 3-4, so he's going to play it safe. Yount is up, 1 down, and this is going to be a strikeout. How did Lefty do on strike? He's got 7. For the year, 281 innings, 158 strikeouts, which I think in 1934 was a very high rate. Lefty-lefty matchup now. Cooper. Maybe Cooper will tie it up here with 1 swing. There's a clutch hit. Double into the gap. Molitor with his speed is going to score. And just like that, it's a 1-run game. Now Gorman, boy, if he gets a hit in his power column here, especially this 11, it's going to be out of here. And Milwaukee will take the lead. So 2 out, bottom of the 6th. Oh, he's going to walk. This has been the toughest inning for Gomez so far. Ben Ogilvy. It's Ogilvy. And it's a lefty-lefty matchup, so a little bit of an advantage for Gomez here. Ogilvy is 0 for 2. Here we go. And it's going to be it's be the ballpark effect. They're going to have to roll a 54 or higher to get a base hit, and they roll a 32. So Lefty gets out of the jam, but the score is now 2-1. New York is up. Saltz Gehrig is number 2 hitter in the lineup. He's 1 for 2, and it's going to be a ground out. Yount at short to Cooper at first. 1 down. Here's Babe Ruth. I wonder if he's 6'2", and I don't think he weighed I think he weighed more than 215. He is a real beast when he was in his prime, like in 1918, 1919. He was formidable, much more so than other players, physically formidable than other players at that time. So here he goes. Oh, he's going to knock it out of here. There it goes, Ruth. The babe still has the flash of lightning at age 39. He hits it out of here. Wow, isn't that great? Ruth gets the home run. And now it's a 2-run lead, back to a 2-run lead. Here's Lou. Will Lou do the same thing? No, he's going to fly out to center. 2 down. Ben Chapman, number 5 hitter, is going to fly out to left. So Ruth adds that insurance run, and Haas is going to pass his batters faced boost check. So he had run out. His green numbers had run out, but now he'll have 6 more. So he'll be able to get to the 9th at least, probably. Okay. Now we've got 6-toe up and righty-lefty matchup, but he's going to strike out. Lefty is striking him out. Maybe he's striking out more because the hitters in 1980 struck out more than the batters he faced in 1934, but that's 8 strikeouts in 6 innings. You can see here, Lefty looks kind of mean. Gantner does not look mean. Lefty-lefty matchup, and that's going to be sharp grounder to second, over to first. That's 2 down. Bottom of the 7th here is Charlie Moore. Charlie Moore has whiffed twice in his previous at-bats. There's going to be a base hit, long single to center. He may stretch this into a double, and he does. So, once again, the tying run is at the plate. Now, I wonder, I'm going to make sure that the AI is controlling. Okay, the AI is controlling Milwaukee. The AI always does smart things. We'll see if they pinch hit for Moose. Nope. And he is out. Strikeout. Okay, Moose is on the mound once more. He comes back out, 8th inning, to face Lazzeri. That's going to be a righty-righty matchup, which means the batter is out. If he'd been facing a lefty, he would have got a base hit. But instead, it's a line out to short. Here's Dickey. Dickey is 1 for 2, and Dickey hits a tough grounder to Yount. Yount's going to have to hurry, and he doesn't get there in time. So Dickey legs out an infield hit, and here's Crissetti. Crissetti pops out to the first baseman. If he would have just gotten, I guess he needed a 4. That would have been a triple if Moose had been worse up here. But 2 plus 68 is 70. 4 plus 68 is 72, which would have been a triple. So we've got 2 out now. Gomez is up, and Gomez is going to fly out to right. Getting into the late innings here, bottom of the 8th. 2 more innings for Milwaukee to tie it up or take the lead. Molitor, hitless, but he has walked the last time up. He's going to hit a sharp grounder to Saltzgaver at third, over to first, he's out. Okay, here's Yount. Yount is hitless. Going to be a pop out to second. 4 more outs, that's all Lefty needs. And Yount is up. He's 2 for 3, and he walks. Okay, now Thomas is up. This is kind of a good, what Milwaukee would want. Runner on first, they've got their big power man up. Can he tie it up? Nope, he strikes out. So we go to the top of the 9th. You can see here, Gomez could face 2 more, but I think he'll get a boost if he runs out. And Haas can face 2 more, and then I think he'll have a chance to get 1 more out if he, before he goes down to his B ratings. His B ratings up here. All this will get grayed out, and it'll be the worst possible numbers for him. And Now we've got Saltzgaver. Gets a base hit. That's a second hit. Right up the middle, right over the second base bag. Now you see Haas, he can face 8 more batters, although if he gives up a hit or a walk, then he'll go to his B rating. So, and he's got to face Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth, who is 3 for 4. He started by grounding in a double play. He pulled the ball to the first baseman. He got a 3-6-3 double play. Then he singled, and hit a home run. Ruth gets that single up the middle. He is 4 for 5. Pretty impressive. Now they have to take him out, Haas out, because if he gave up a hit or a walk, he goes to his B rating. So they just bring in Bill Castro. Bill does not walk batters. He does not give up home runs, but he doesn't strike them out. They could really use a strikeout here. Gehrig, we'll see what he does. Righty-lefty matchup. Going to be possibly a walk, but again, I said he doesn't give up a lot of walks. He has a 50-50 chance of neutralizing or negating this walk, but he doesn't. Will have to roll a 1, 2, or 3. So bases loaded, 1 out. The infield is set halfway to try to get the double play. Chapman is up, and Chapman going to get a base hit, line drive to left, and if he can roll a 6, he'll turn this into a. He rolls a 6, he turns it into a double. Now maybe Gehrig can score. They're going to run on Ogilvy's arm. He's got a cannon. They're going to have to roll another 6 for Gehrig to try to score, but he rolls a 5. Barely escaped that. So now the Yankees open up a little distance, a little space. They have a 4-run lead and only 1 out. Here's Tony. Tony is going to. Wow, they must have had the infield in, yeah, and as a result, he gets a hit that scores the runners on third and second. So now Dickey is up. Dickey's going to ground out second baseman to first baseman, and now we have Cressetti. They walk Cressetti, and that brings up Gomez. So they're going to strike him out. We head to the bottom of the 9th, and they have the lower half of the lineup up here for Milwaukee. We'll see what happens if they start pinch hitting. Here's Ogilvy, lefty matchup. Ogilvy is 0 for 3. That's going to be a strikeout. And that's number 11. Okay, here is Sixto. He grounds out to Saltzgaver. So, and you can see here, Gomez did not pass his boost check. He had to roll anything on a 6-sided die except a 1, and the computer rolled a 1 for him. So Gomez could face 9 more hitters, but if he gives up a hit or a walk, he'll go to his B ratings. But with a 6-run lead, I don't think it's going to be an issue, and he strikes out. Gantner, 12th strikeout, and you can see the stats here. Big hitter for the Yankees, Babe Ruth, 4 for 5 with a home run, and the best for Milwaukee was Cooper with 2 hits, and Chapman doubled, Cooper doubled. We had 1 home run, and Gomez struck out 12, walked 4. Haas struck out 4 and walked 1. And Castro, well, they really fell apart there, didn't they, in the 9th inning. So that's it, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a like if you have if you want to make a comment about other. I can play any team from any year practically that Replay Baseball has seasons for against any other team. Let me know and I'll be happy to do a video of it. Please subscribe if you haven't. Otherwise, this is Lefty Dad wishing you a wonderful day.